Hello, everyone. Welcome back to some bridge. It's that time of the month again. I think it's like these always start on the first Monday of the month or something. I don't totally understand. I think it was May 3rd to 5th. I don't know. So, this is a 3-day event. The June 2nd to 4th Stars and Platinum Robot Individual on BBO. It's a higher caliber of event than most of the free tournaments. I couldn't say whether it's higher caliber than the typical paid ACBL tournament, but I'm not going to pay BBO to play bridge, so I'll never know. I think I played some many years ago, but anyway, it's 16 boards of Just Declare, and you have to qualify by being a star, which I think is like winning some national event, or by having won at least 5 platinum points in your life, I think. I don't remember the details. We could look it up. But point is, a lot of BBO doesn't qualify, and there are plenty of bad players who meet those constraints, but the average quality of play is much higher than usual. So, if I remember and get around to it, I'll play the next 2 days as well, but I never make any guarantees on these things. Sometimes I just forget to play or whatever. It's not that important. But starting out today, board 1 in 3 no trump. East has been 2 spades. That's important to note. Obviously, it looks like we're in fairly good shape, right? 12 tricks if we're not too unlucky. If diamonds and clubs both split, then we have 10 tricks there. Ace of hearts and a spade is 12. However, with East having 6 spades and West only 2, it's not by any means guaranteed that both minors will split. Probably one of them will. I don't know. We'll start by just like playing 2 rounds spades. The jack is interesting. Yeah, so now if East ever leads another spade, the 9 would set up. And there's some sort of entry problems with the minor suits, right? If we want to finesse in diamonds against West, we would have to do it right away by leading the 10. We can't afford to cash in. Well, we could cash the ace first. And then cross back in clubs. Hmm. What else do we know? We know East has ace, jack, 10, 6 of spades. That's 5 high card. And I have to say, East probably has a hard honor as well, right? Because if West had king, queen, jack, 5th, let's say, of hearts, he probably would have led a heart even despite his partner's 2-spade bid. So that's already accounting for like 9 points in East's hand if we give him, say, the queen. So it does seem fairly likely that the Jack of Diamonds is in West's hand, in addition to the fact that East is more likely to be short in the minors than West is. And if West has Jack 4th, we could get a big bonus by finessing against it. So I can play Ace of Diamonds, King of Clubs, 10 of Diamonds. I think I like that idea. Maybe it's the wrong... Maybe the balance of probabilities is not right, but I think it is. I don't think East is very likely to have even another Jack. So I'm going to give that a shot. Okay, the 8. It doesn't have to be, like, if this were East's lowest diamond, that would tell us a little something. He would either have Jack 8 doubleton or 8 singleton. But East could play this from 8-5 or something. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Either play would have worked. Fine. So, given the diamonds are coming in, what can I do about clubs to improve my odds? Besides just playing queen and ace. Well, not a lot. The fact, though, that East has a doubleton diamond suggests he's quite unlikely to have a singleton club. That would give him 4 hearts, and the robots don't like to preempt with a side 4-card major. I mean, I guess this is a Ben and not a Gib, so it could be, but we don't. That would be my expectation. Huh? East does have 4 hearts. Interesting. But ultimately, I guess it doesn't matter that much. I mean, it does. It costs me a trick. But West doesn't have any spades left to play, or diamonds, or clubs after I do this. So West has to let me in with the ace of hearts, and I can cash the 7 of clubs. I don't think I did anything special here. You know, the field should get the same result. But I like the things I was thinking about. And indeed, West did have a Jack fourth in a minor. And East did have a hard honor, the queen, as I guessed. So, yeah, I mean... Oh, I think this isn't a barometer. They're not going to tell me how I'm doing until the end. Okay. Forgot about that. I think that should score, I don't know, 55. Nothing special. Some people will bungle it somehow, but a very normal line of play. Yeah, I mean, we win this. We can't afford a duck because I don't want a spade switch. Although a spade switch from East wouldn't be so bad. Okay, sure. I'll duck, I guess. It wouldn't be great, a spade switch, but it would be fine. And we go after clubs. And okay, they won one. I was wondering what I would do if they ducked. Because, like, you could try saying, oh, now that I have a club in my pocket, let's work on diamonds. And if they duck that, you can say, oh, now that I have a diamond in my pocket, let's work on clubs. But they won, which means I can actually get to dummies clubs, which is quite. I think we do attack diamonds now, rather than cash out for 5 tricks or attack spades. They can win 2 diamonds and a heart. That's 3. Gets them to 5 tricks. If East has the ace of spades, I guess I might very well take only 2 tricks if I try that. I mean, probably not, right? I'll take a few more, but I think it makes sense to go after clubs first. There's no real reason to put it off that I can see, now that I think about it. I have plenty of spade pitches from hand. So let's secure those tricks before the sky can fall on me. Good news. So, I mean, going down probably still, but 6 tricks is pretty nice, I think. Yeah. Another pretty normal result, I suspect. Whether you duck the heart or not, it's obvious to go after clubs, and even if someone did, as I had contemplated, attack diamonds before cashing clubs, turns out West has the ace of spades, so there's not much danger. That should, as I say, be another pretty normal board. How did I end up in this nightmare of a contract? There's a lot of auction here. Uh-huh. Why? Do I have an allergy to diamonds or something? So I passed. A club double. You know, sure. Club opening pretty normal. Double I have no control over. A heart. Sure. Fine. I mean, some people would bid a diamond, but I think a heart is perfectly fine. West bids a spade, and North doubles, which really ought to suggest... Oh, it's actually a support double. Oh yeah, I forgot who had. Okay, sure. Of course it's sport. So showing 3 hearts. I feel like at that point I should have bid 2 diamonds and said, well, if partner doubled with only 3 hearts. No, I keep forgetting. Partner didn't make a takeout double. East did. Partner opened a club. So why didn't I just go back to clubs? 2 hearts is a terrible bid. You should bid 2 clubs. And then, apparently, after 2 spades, South said, well, we can't just let them buy it for 2 spades, which I think is true. They have at least a 9-card fit. So we bid 3 clubs, finally showing support for partner. Would have been better to bid 2 clubs first, I think. So the partner knows you don't have 5, but having made the mistake of 2 hearts, 3 clubs is a good choice, I think. We passed 3 spades, which seems fair enough. Partner's 4 hearts is inexcusable. Even if I do have 5 hearts, like, what do you think is going to happen? All right. Well, the good news is everyone else is going to be in this awful contract. So we just have to take as many tricks as possible. We're never going to be able to, like, draw trump and set up a minor. So I kind of think I would like to try roughing everything. Specifically spades and maybe diamonds. I mean, no, there's no way we can draw trump. East has 4 hearts, I'm fairly sure. The ace of spades is on my left, which means they can't tap me so easily. Maybe I do just, like, go after a minor here. I could attack clubs, even. Like, they'll win the ace and king, and then East will rough the 3rd round, but that'll be with a trump trick, probably. Yeah, I think maybe I shouldn't be so fearful that I start cross-roughing immediately. Let's just play on clubs. Computer's taking a bit of a think, huh? Okay, hearts are not 5-1. That's good news, but not a surprise. Problem is, if I... No. I'm not going to get tapped in spades because the king is a stop. Are hearts 3-3? I don't think so. Okay. But now we've forced East. Can I afford to play a diamond? No, not from this hand. East has the ace. So queen, preserving the jack as an entry. Okay, East declines. Okay. When I play the queen of diamonds, you kind of have to win it, right? Because you don't want me to stay in dummy and lead through the ace towards the king. East had 2 clubs, 4 hearts. If I had to guess, only 3 spades, because West was a bit insistent about spades. No, probably 4, and West has 5. That makes sense. Yeah, and East's 3 spades sort of suggests that as well. So we're thinking East is something like 4-4, 3-2. In that case, the diamond pitch would be a bit odd. But the alternative is 3-4-4-2, where the diamond pitch is also odd. We could play a diamond to the 10, hoping East has the jack, right? That's the alternative here. But if East did have ace-jack of diamonds, I'm not so sure he would have let me win the club. Because then I get to dummy and can lead a diamond. Whereas if East roughs the club, I don't have an obvious diamond dummy entry. There is one in spades eventually, but... So I wonder if East might actually have like ace fourth without the jack in diamonds. I think I'm just going to lead the queen. Like I said, he has to win this. Draw my last trump. And then probably play a spade. A diamond. Yeah, I think West has jack X. Nope. Okay, jack third. But the king should be a stop trick now? No. Well, okay, you have to play the king here and hope. Right. They both have two spades left. There's no point ducking. All right. Down 3. I think that was good. Maybe? So I ended up winning 2 club tricks. And a diamond. Whereas if I'd tried for the cross ruff immediately, or God help me, drawing trump would be a disaster. I bet a lot of the field will do that, but it's horrible. If I'd tried for the cross ruff, I couldn't get very many because I don't have any dummy entries besides the ace king of hearts, which are using up my small trumps. So, well, diamonds are 3-3. Maybe you could set those up. I bet you would do better if you tried to set up diamonds. Still dummy. Down 4, so it says I could have done a trick better. Sorry, double dummy is down 3, and I was down 4 rather, so I could have done a trick better. It says don't play spades or hearts. It's got to be clubs or the queen of diamonds. So that was fine. Keep going on clubs, it says. Or this time a small diamond. How funny that it changed whether the queen was right or small was right. I'm not going to analyze why. So keep playing clubs. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a thought, I guess. I didn't want to do that. You can rough your spade to steal a trick here. And East will end up having to rough his partner's winner at some point. I didn't want to do that because I had hoped, like I expected the low spades to sort of be winner-ish. Obviously, they're not winning, but if you pitch too many of them, then the king of spades isn't winning like I thought it would be. I was fairly sure West had the ace of spades, although I guess I don't have a very good reason. West just bid the suit a lot and then didn't lead it. But East showed all the strength, so maybe I should put the ace over here. Yeah, if I assume that East has the ace of spades, roughing a spade here makes sense. Okay. I still think down 4 is not too bad. So we're losing a diamond and a heart. And if spades break very badly, we might lose a spade and or a club. The right way to play this spade suit is actually queen first, because you can't pick up a 4-0 with East, but you could pick up a 4-0 with West. However, on the auction, it's pretty unlikely West has 4, so maybe there'll be some reason to play the suit wrong. It's like to preserve entries or something. Oh, I wanted to check, actually. Yeah, I've had a noise... Can I... My video's had a noise suppression filter on for a while that I forgot about. that I realized is making me sound a little muffled. I turned it on when something noisy was happening, but then I forgot about it, so it's off now. Yeah, and I mean, you can see in OBS there's a little background humming now, but I hope my voice is clearer, and the humming is pretty minor. Where are we? We're playing four spades, yeah. So I mean, I don't think I need a lot of hand entries. I may as well play the suit right just in case West does have four. But, as expected, not the case. It does have three, though. Okay. I don't think there's much to do anymore. Just lose a diamond, lose a heart. I think, though, like, your best chance to avoid losing tricks would be to duck a diamond now, and maybe if the diamonds are 3-3 and the clubs are 3-3, which, by the way, is impossible, they might let you pitch your last heart or something. I don't know. Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no real squeezes, no entries, no anything. I didn't really count diamonds. I think West only had one, maybe two. And I think East pitched one, but that's not enough for it to matter. So I'll just lead the three, and big surprise, it's not a winner. But, I don't know, whatever. This should be a very normal result. Didn't really do anything. All you have to do is draw trump before you cash another diamond, which, like, come on, let's be real. Who's making that mistake? Okay, West made a takeout double and then led clubs. Interesting. 8 points in dummy. I have 13 is 21. The opponents have 19, of which West, I would say around 14, because East couldn't bid at the 3 level. So maybe East has at most 5. Okay. I don't have a lot of compelling stuff to do with that information. Oh, East has the ace of clubs. I guess it's not a surprise, is it? Since West led the 10. But it could have been like ace 10. So the point, though, is that now West is almost marked with pretty much every card. And this is East's last chance to get in, unless he can get a diamond rough, which seems unlikely. So although they get to take 2 diamonds here, they won't be able to attack hearts straight away, and I can probably pitch dummy's second heart on a spade. I'm a little short of entries, aren't I? To finesse, ace, king. I can't do it. But I think West might be a little bit squeezed with just one finesse. Actually, the 10 of spades is going to be trouble, isn't it? Huh. I want to take the spade finesse, winning, and then draw trumps. And the idea would be that eventually, after we'd played 2 rounds of spades, well, 1, I guess, low to the jack, and 4 rounds of clubs, everybody would have 4 cards left. West has to keep 3 spades, right? Otherwise, I could play ace and then king and then 9, which means he could only keep 1 heart. And then I could play the heart. and he would be forced to lead a spade for me. But the 10 being bigger than the 9 means leading the spade doesn't actually do me much good. On the other hand, though, since he has to come down to 1 heart... Am I doing the math right on this? If I play 5 tricks from here... Everyone comes down to 4 cards. West needs 3 of those cards to be spades, and only 1 can be a heart. Okay, and then I could just duck a heart to the ace. But what if I tried spade to the jack, and then another finesse, spade to the 10, and then the ace? Then West could pitch all his spades, because I have no entries to them. Okay. So... I need to play just 1 spade finesse. Which means I don't really need these clubs as entries, so I can draw a trump first just in case something weird happens. Oh, wait. I think the problem is that South is squeezed before West. Right. So if I pitch any spades, West doesn't have to keep as many spades. But I guess I can pitch all of South's hearts. And then as long as West has ace and queen and jack of hearts, the 10 is a good enough threat. Well, it doesn't look like that's happened. The ace is definitely not dropping, so I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe spades were 3-3 or something? Yeah, it looks like they were. Okay. That's good enough. Great. So did I do anything special there? I had something special in mind, but it didn't actually happen. 4 spades, a diamond is 5, and 4 clubs is 9. Yeah, nothing too special, just took the finesse in spades the right way, which is obviously indicated by the auction. I think if West had had 4 spades, I would not have actually been able to handle it because of East's jack of hearts. Like, obviously I'm in, like, this spade position looks like you can just finesse it twice. But as I determined, if I do that, I can't actually cash the suit anyway, so what's the point, right? Low to the 10, winning. Cross in clubs. Low to the jack, winning. But now the suit is blocked, and I can't use a club to get back anymore. So I think what I did was right, playing for West to have queen 4th and the ace, queen, jack of hearts, or else just to have only 3 spades. We're in 3 no trump here. Yikes. It's an interesting hand. Really interesting. The blockage is everywhere. I have a million tricks, but how do I get them? If West has the ace of clubs, I could lead a club towards the jack and enjoy Dummy's red cards. But if I try that and East has the ace of clubs, then Dummy's pretty much dead. The advantage is that at least they'd have to lead other suits for me. I could also play low to the 10 if West has the jack of clubs, so if I could guess which of those it is. But I have no particular evidence right now. I could play ace right now. That's actually a thing that you learn in some of the Bridge Master hands. I don't think it's a good idea in this situation. But with suits like this, it's something to think about. Suppose that dummy's queen of clubs were the ace, and that I needed 5 diamond tricks to make my contract. You could play low to the king, cross the ace of clubs, and then hope diamonds are 3-3, and then you would make an over trick. But what you could do is play ace dropping the king. It costs you a trick in diamonds, but gives you an entry in diamonds. And that way, if the suit is 3-3, you still get 5 tricks, which is all you need. And if the suit is 4-2, you still have chances, because if you drop the 10 or 9 singleton or doubleton, 10 or jack, then the 9-8 can force out the last stopper while you still have the ace of clubs. So that's a way you can play this suit. I don't want to do that, because I think every suit they lead, they're going to hate, right? So I'm going to win the king of diamonds and play heart, heart, heart. And they'll probably lead a club. Hopefully it'll be East doing it. But, if it's West, I guess that's life. Maybe I could cash, a spade here, or 2, but... to pitch some of dummy's maybe losing diamonds. Because if it turns out, let's say I play a heart, and they let me into dummy. Now I'm kind of stuck in dummy, and I have to lead clubs at some point if the diamonds don't break. So I think I can afford at least 2 spades pitching dummy's diamonds. And then a heart. Good. We're definitely not overtaking this. I mean, yeah, there's no way that's ever right. Even if the spades run, I'd have a club loser. And already I'm guaranteed at most 1 loser. Alright, how's this suit looking? East played the 10 on the first trick, didn't he? Okay. So another one where I don't think I did anything too special. Winning with the king trick 1 is the obvious normal line. The diamonds were splitting, so cashing spades first didn't matter. Ace and jack both onside, so you can't get that wrong. Some players might not attack hearts, I guess is a way I could win. Hard to believe. 1 no trump after a bit of diamond to heart. Okay. Well, let's see what happens trick 1. Wow. That's good news. So West probably has 10-9-4 of spades. Could be just 10-3, but probably 10-9-4. So I have 2 spades, 2 hearts, and 2 clubs. I can set up a guaranteed 7th trick by playing a heart to the jack. I think that's the way to go. Monkeying around with diamonds does not guarantee any return. And also noteworthy, by the way, with this diamond distribution, there's no way the opponents can ever cash 5 diamonds, no matter what the layout is. So I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Mission accomplished. Making an over trick. And there's no reason to play around with diamonds. If you lead the suit, then maybe they could take 5 tricks. But as long as you don't lead the suit, they can't. So I guess cash this. Who knows? Something good could happen. Yeah, West did have 10-9-4. Okay. Well, I'll just cash out and go home then. See you later. I don't know. Never concede. You never know what the robots might do. Oh no. I didn't consider that East might have all 4 or all 3 diamond honors. I missed an over trick there by pitching wrong on the heart. Well, if I had pitched a club here, I think East can still stop me by not getting rid of his last club. Yeah. But I made it easy for them. I should have recognized that my 10-4 of diamonds was an actual threat. In the unlikely scenario that East has ace, king, and queen. Huh. Yeah, partner has a good hand as advertised, although I wouldn't bid it this way. 1 minor, 2 no trump is the normal way to bid this shape. I don't see why you would jump shift to emphasize shapeliness when your hand is so horrible. I mean, it's a good hand, obviously, but the shape is bad. Why try to make me play a suit contract? But, okay, that's what's past is past. We have 4 clubs and 2 spades is 6. We can set up at least 2 diamonds, probably 3. I don't have enough stoppers to set up both red suits, sadly, unless this 10 wins? No. Duck? Like, what's the harm in ducking? If I win this, go after diamonds, they're probably getting like 3 spades and a diamond. Well, no, because I'll have cashed out by then, hopefully. I guess if the spades are 6-2, like, it would be nice to duck this. And I don't see really what the harm is. Because after I cash my 3 diamonds, 4 clubs, and 2 spades, my 9 tricks, they'll start running spades and I'll have to pitch hearts. So, yeah, I don't know. See what happens. It looks like West has at least 5 spades. Could be 6. Happy to see the 10. Yeah, alright, just 5. So, we'll cash out. Because if I lose a heart, they're gonna beat me. But I'll play it out. Maybe East has the ace of hearts, actually. And then they can't continue spades. Oh well. Normal result. Ducking trick 1 made no difference. But if West had had 1 more spade and East 1 fewer, that would have saved me would have earned me an over trick, let's say. Good lead. It would have been nice to have time to set up spades first. Given that they have led a diamond, I don't think there's much point in declining the finesse. Okay. So we have a club loser. Probably. If the spades come in and hearts are 3-2, we could pitch all of Dummy's low clubs on spades and then rough the last club here. But we probably lose a club. So, in hearts, we really would like to lose no tricks. And the best way to do that is to play... It's a finesse twice against the king and 10. If the first finesse wins. You want to finesse against the king first. Because if that loses, you probably don't want to finesse against the 10. Actually, my entry situation is kind of poor if I'm hoping to pitch all the clubs. Yeah, that would be very risky indeed. Okay, so maybe I should give up on that idea. So, ideally, you would run the Queen of Hearts, I think? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So if I'm giving up on pitching the club, I'd like to rough a spade. And I can afford to rough high, not that that's super important. Because I have the 6, right? 9, 10, jack, small. I could still play 8 and then 6. I don't have the entries for that. So I don't think I actually want to rough high. 10 is good and bad news, I guess. Alright, well, the hearts have split. I have failed to play the suit for no losers, and I bet a bunch of BBO morons are going to get this right, aren't they? No offense to BBO morons out there. They're going to play low to the jack, and that happens to work. I don't think you should play it that way, but certainly in isolation you shouldn't. But maybe based on the fact that I'm a bit short of hand entries, it's a good idea, or a bit short of entries back and forth in general. I don't know. Well, I haven't been counting diamonds, but like in theory this is a potential squeeze, so let's run out that last heart. Unsurprisingly, nobody has bared the king. Yeah, like low to the jack cashing ace is certainly a line that can work. It's not like 0% to play it, and it works here. I don't think it's what you're supposed to do. It turns out the spades do come in. So if you get the hearts right, you actually make 5. So you don't have to lose a heart or a club. I don't think that's the right way to do it. Yeah, certainly we accept an invite in spades. Okay. I think I want to duck this, because I'm never getting rid of my heart loser. And I'd like West to be leading if possible, because of my diamond holding. I don't want East to get in and put a diamond through. No particular reason to take a finesse in trumps, so let's just play king, ace, and ruff. A heart. Okay. Really? So West had 6 hearts to the king, queen, jack, and a stiff spade and still couldn't act. So East must have most of the rest of the cards, yeah? Interesting. So... yeah, I think if West had the king of clubs, he'd be acting over 1-0. He could afford 2 clubs showing a single 6-card suit. So East has both kings. Is that anything? Maybe. What if I exited with a spade? If East then plays a club, I can win the queen. But I don't have a lot of entries to take more finesses with. So I could... It seems as though I have a spade loser and a club loser. I think both of those are pretty... I mean, the spade loser is guaranteed. The club loser, I'd need some kind of miracle. Even if West has the king, it doesn't help very much, but I don't think West does have it. East has it. And N playing East doesn't really do anything because I can always play diamonds myself, right? I don't know. I'm going to play a spade and see if something good happens. Yeah, club winning. And the thing is, like, the point of roughing the heart was to eliminate the hearts from my hand so that if they lead a heart, they give me a rough slough. If I play a spade now, it's not a rough slough anymore. But East is out of hearts, so I don't need those. I don't need that. He has to lead something else. So I think what we do, actually, is play the last spade out and pray that my psychoanalysis of West is right and that this diamond finesse works. If West wins the king, it's a bit embarrassing. Okay, he didn't, though. Yeah, East is giving us a guess here. If East has the jack of diamonds, we can play a diamond, and East will have to lead another club. And I can win the jack and avoid my club loser. If West has the jack of diamonds, he'll win it and cash some hearts. I haven't really been counting. He pitched 1 or 2, so I don't know. This is a situation where having paid attention earlier would be beneficial. What do we know about everybody's shapes? West had 6 hearts and 1 spade. East had 3 spades and 2 hearts. We know East pitched an encouraging club earlier. I don't think East has bared the king of clubs. I think East has king X. A human... A strong enough human would find the play of unblocking the king of diamonds, even missing the jack. But it would be if a human had the king and jack, it would be pretty routine to play the king here, playing the card you're known to hold. A weaker player holding king small might clutch fearfully to their king. And you know, I mean, Gibb doesn't know for sure that I have the jack of clubs. So I don't know for sure that East is necessarily unblocking. I don't know. I'm gonna try the diamond. If it works, it's more fun. If it fails, it's a disaster. Yeah, nice play, East. All right, we still get the ace of clubs, so it didn't cost anything. I don't think there was anything I could do there. I mean, get the spades right. That would be a start. But that's a very strange play to make. Well, West playing king-queen and East playing 10. Does that tell us anything? Because if we knew West had 6 hearts, then yeah, we should play East for the spade. I guess another point is that if you take the club finesse against West and spade finesse against West and it loses, you're not all that sad because you can't lead anything damaging. I don't know. West overcalls 2 clubs. Well, the sort of level 0 straightforward play here is to win the ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, 2 hearts, pitching clubs. Try to get a diamond ruff or 2. And hope that you don't lose trump control. Is there something better than that? Probably not. We're definitely not setting up the hearts. You could try, after 2 rounds of hearts, drawing trump. But I don't think that's as good as just playing diamonds. Also noteworthy, I think West has the king of diamonds. His 2 club overcall can't be just the king, queen, jack of clubs, but there's not much else for him to have besides, you know, kings of diamonds and spades, right? So instead of playing 4 to the queen, hoping East has the king, we just play 4 and duck it. Yeah, see? So now I don't need that many roughs. Do you take one now, though? Or do you play a low spade first? I think a low spade first kind of makes sense. Okay. So I can't actually get my spade ruff, or my diamond ruff anymore. But I don't need to, because I can just lose a diamond. I think that went pretty well. And I get to beer. Yeah. Satisfied with that result. Goodness, what a hand. And we settled in 3 no trump. No creativity. Yuck. Really not a lot of time to do any of the stuff I want to do. I think you, like, the really conservative play would be a diamond to the jack, ensuring that you get 5 diamonds. But then it's like 5 diamonds, a spade, and maybe a heart. Not a lot of tricks, right? And I have 2 stoppers, one more stopper in spades at least. So I think I can afford to screw around with the king of clubs. I mean, not screw. I can afford to force out the ace of clubs and get one more trick that way. load the king, trying to get to dummy to play a club up to the king. That would be greedy. I like this jack of clubs. Whoa! Changed my mind. West has 5 clubs. So the 7 or 9 would force out the 10, but eventually East has another stopper to beat my 3. Now I think a diamond to the jack makes sense. Yeah. Okay. But... Yeah, okay, so East has kept all the clubs to ensure himself another club trick. So dummy is dead here, it doesn't matter what I do. He's gonna duck this. Or win, it doesn't matter, I guess. And then I give up the rest. I really don't think I could do much better here. Double dummy, maybe you could actually play a club to the 8, but I don't think that really makes sense. And I think if West just wins the 10 and doesn't continue clubs, well, what else is he going to do? This is everything's down 1. Okay. So who can say how good that result was? It seemed like I did fine, given the tools I had. 4 hearts, 2 diamonds. Okay. Yeah, they always have it, huh? So... I have 6 tricks. They have 6 tricks. Right? 5 spades and the ace of clubs. So it's going to come down to who can get a second trick in clubs. I'm going to have to make some unpleasant pitches just to hang on to the tricks I already have, is the thing. And then I have to guess the clubs. Well, weren't East's spades like ace king 5th or something? Or ace king queen 5th? I don't think East has another ace, or he would have overcalled a club. Well, he would have overcalled 1 spade over the club. So I think West has the ace of clubs. Which means if I'm going to avoid losing 2 club tricks, I need East to have the queen, which is maybe possible, although, frankly, I think also unlikely. Can I afford... What I'd like to do is pitch heart-heart from hand and diamond-diamond from dummy, but then blocking both suits, I can't use one to rescue the other. So I have to pitch a club from one hand. I guess the south hand, so pitch club heart. I can pitch diamonds from the south hand. I don't need these. What am I thinking? Yeah, pitch diamonds from the south hand and a club and a diamond from the north hand. A diamond and a heart, maybe. Yeah, diamond and a heart, I guess. Yeah, unsurprisingly, West has both honors. Okay. Well, I mean, should be a 50% board. Everybody else... Oh, West had Queen Jack tight. Okay, I forgot about that. Everybody else surely suffered a similar fate. Hello? Where are all my aces? Oh boy. How did we get here? My one diamond overcall seems fine. West's two diamonds. Sure, I mean, you could bid that. Three spades, I can see is sort of tempting when you forgot to bid your 8-card suit. Four spades, I think, is not reasonable. Partner's never going to believe you have four, and you already said you have a fit for diamonds, so of course partner's pulling it a lot of the time. Did I say partner's never going to believe you have four? Partner's never going to believe you have 8. Okay, well, I mean... Yeah, that's a good play. Don't let me cross-ruff. Oh, God. Well... I mean, I could lead a spade from dummy. I don't really know what that accomplishes. But obviously leading a heart is no good. West has bid hearts so strongly that he's got the ace, I'm reasonably sure. But I suppose if West has the ace, there's not much I can do. Well, I mean, West might end up getting end played. No, they have spade exits. I think, although it's unlikely to work, I should play East for the ace of hearts. Like, East opened and jumped, sort of. East is going to have some strength. And, you know, it might be the ace of hearts. Yeah. Well, the opponents have now seen... They know the exact layout of the hand, so they can't make a mistake anymore. Now, down 5. I will not apologize, partner. This is your fault. I think if I hadn't let a heart there, I would be down 6, probably. Well, maybe the heart just drops, right? Eventually. So... Actually, it says I should be down 6 regardless. Oh, it was down 6. I would have been down 7. Okay. Nice hand, partner. Thanks for not getting too excited. At least I think thanks. Maybe we're making too much. Oh, thank you for covering. I was obviously not going to let the 10 ride. I was going to put in the king. So, one loser left. Club finesse is available, but there's also potential squeeze threats in hearts and clubs. I don't have much information from the auction. What's already happened in hearts? They won the ace, right? trick one was a heart, and then a diamond. So I've lost 2 tricks, and only one of them was in spades. None were in diamonds, none were in clubs. It must have been a heart. So West must have led the ace of hearts. West also had the ace of spades. Maybe we could argue that West is not that likely to have the king of clubs, because then they might have found a way to act over 2 spades. In which case my best chance would be a club heart squeeze against East. I don't think that's super convincing. I think the club finesse is probably better. But I don't know. And we have just enough entries to the north hand to play a trump squeeze, which is kind of fun. You don't get to do those super often. Oh, although, no. That only makes sense if we're playing East for the king and jack of clubs, as well as the long hearts. Because you end up having to pitch all 3 of dummy's clubs for that to work. Okay. So I think I'm back on just taking the club hook. We'll see what happens in spades, I guess. At any rate, there's no rush to play king of hearts, ruff a heart. Okay, so West had 3 spades. What about diamonds? 4-3 in some combination. Heart pitch. Huh. Heart pitch. Heart pitch? Not a diamond, not a club, but a heart. Maybe East does have the king. Because if East has the king of clubs, the only thing I can really do is, like, play for heart to rough out the hearts. And if you're doing that, you might as well throw in the squeeze as well. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm going to take the fun play. I don't especially know that it's right, but the idea is that right here, you have to decide, are the hearts roughing out, or did the king and jack of clubs both get bared? And obviously there's no way the king and jack of clubs are both bared, so we may as well hope that the heart pitch means the hearts are coming in. Okay, well, that's going to score badly. Could have just taken the club finesse, you idiot. I don't know. I convinced myself that West probably didn't have another king. Oh, a big one to finish things off, huh? No nonsense auction. Oh boy, yeah. It's a good thing the opponents don't know how stupid we are, or they'd just be cashing their ace of clubs. Boy, what an auction, huh? I mean, 2 clubs, 3 diamonds, I agree, good call. 4 clubs? Insane? What came over you? You thought this was a Q-bid in support of diamonds or something? A psych to stop them from leading clubs? If so, you're a genius? Okay. Well, I mean, if the hearts and the diamonds both come in, that's 13 tricks. I guess we might as well just play it and see what happens. That's the diamonds. The hearts are quite likely to come in. Right? Suits are not 5-1 very often. And I can handle a 4-2, obviously. Given that I'm relying on the hearts coming in, there's not some squeeze where I cash the diamonds first just in case the hearts aren't splitting. Right? If I were going to do that, I should have cashed the King of Spades first. In case East has Queen 10 Doubleton. Or Queen X, rather, because West led the 10. Because then I'd actually be at one loser and I could play a club heart squeeze. But that's never going to work. That's very unlikely that East has Ace, King, Queen of clubs and 4 hearts. Yeah, so I don't think there's much point running out the diamonds. And so I may as well hang on to them in case I need to rough out a heart. I could cash 1, I think. Yeah? Well, that's the hearts not splitting. Nobody pitched a heart, did they? Yeah, the 10's still out there. Okay, down to 1, I guess. Unless the Queen of Spades is dropping. But East has pitched some spades. That's not happening. Like, East has the Queen, and it's not falling. Yeah, down 1. I mean, that's the best you can do here. Well, no, you could play a low heart to the 9 on the first round. But that's insane. There's no reason to do that. Well, I'll be interested to see how I did. There definitely were a couple boards where I felt like that'll score below average. But mostly, I think, average and a couple good ones. I don't know. It feels sort of middling. Hello? Thank you. $46. Well, there's always tomorrow. Yeah, somehow everybody managed to find the finesse. What what do you know? Board 11 was good because I set up the diamonds instead of doing something else. Okay. Board 10 kind of medium. Board 9 a disaster. Yeah, because they played low the Jack of Hearts. I don't think that's right. It's certainly wrong in isolation for hearts. It could be right in the hand overall. Board 5 was notably good. Because I took the spade finesse or something? I don't know. I didn't do much here. I don't think this deserves a 75. 3 is bad, but not crazy. Oh, yeah. I could have gotten that heart spade rough. That would have been kind of cool. I'm surprised the field is doing better than this, though. Okay. Board 2 is definitely bad. I thought this was fine. I thought I did pretty well here, actually. Right? Like, who's taking 7 tricks? 3 clubs, 2 hearts, and a spade. That seems pretty good. I tried to set up a diamond, but I didn't have time. Maybe if you win trick 1, they leave hearts alone and set up diamonds for you or something? Huh. Or East pitches spades or something? Or East pitches hearts, maybe? I don't know. Interesting. And then board 1 was just okay. Above average by about as much as 3 was below average. how you would mess this one up. I guess if you used up all dummies entries before you found out the clubs aren't breaking, you could be in trouble. Alright, well that's day 1 of the Stars and Platinum Robot Individual. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.